trata es la captación, el traslado o la acogida de personas bajo la fuerza, el engaño, el pago para fines de explotación sexual, comercial o el trabajo forzado.
Trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, harboring of victims for the purpose of exploitation. Exploitation can minimally be represented by exploitation of sex, of labor, or for the extraction of organs.
Child trafficking calls on the National Runaway Switchboard are more related to older adolescents who've run away, who are at risk to being trafficked, at risk in the sense of they're out on the street, they have no viable means to support themselves, and they're at risk of people recruiting them and getting them involved in illegal activities as a way to support themselves.
We last year, in 2007, conducted 12 workshops all over the country in the different districts of Botswana. We developed some IEC material, amongst others this brochure, which is about child trafficking, about the definition of child trafficking, what we understand by it, the impact it can have on a child, and also the steps that the public can take in terms of reporting cases and the type of assistance that Childline can provide to children affected.
Challenges that are faced by Lesotho Child Helpline in relation to child trafficking, the main one being knowledge levels of people and awareness of Basotho people with respect to child trafficking. People do not understand what child trafficking is, and therefore we still have low levels of reporting with respect to specifically child trafficking.
El Código Penal ahorita ya está hablando de trata de personas, está hablando de pornografía infantil, está hablando de explotación sexual infantil, de explotación laboral. Anteriormente no tomaba en cuenta estas situaciones.
There's no specific legislation on child trafficking, and we have a problem in that area because we have different child legislation which address different issues. We're working hard to work with the government of Tanzania to have one children law which will include the issue of child trafficking.
There's always a coalition in place or collaboration among the public sector entities and the NGO entities and those we classify as civil society. Yes, there is presently that fusion of persons within all sectors to tackle the issue of human trafficking / child trafficking.
In a workshop that we attended in Joburg, which was a great eye-opener, we were able to bring back that situation and present it in Swaziland. Although yes, there was a little bit of inputs being done by NGOs in Swaziland, Save the Children, Swaga, you name it. But then, unfortunately, it was not something that much. But we are trying something, as our Childline Swaziland is under government. We are working towards bringing all the government ministries on board, as well as other stakeholders dealing with children's issues.
We try to be there, we try to let them know that they are victims, and we try to find resources for them so they can have a better place to live.
We do community outreach programs, which includes the camps, where we will host the 7-day camp with the children, telling them how to protect themselves. We also have community meetings with parents to assist them with the information.
Toda la región tenga legislación para la protección de los niños y niñas y adolescentes, y además de eso trabajar conjuntamente desarrollando planes binacionales o multinacionales en la región centroamericana para detectar en primer lugar los casos de trata y las víctimas que están siendo trasladadas de un país a otro.
What we're looking to develop is a regional referral system with one number where children know whether they're in South Africa, Zimbabwe, or any other country within the region, where they can access support, help and protection.
In Gachasnek last year in December, a woman came and told us that her daughter had been trafficked. One of the guys in the village had married one of the girls, a 15-year-old there, and then he led her daughter to go with him to Durban. Before they could cross the border, he sold the girl to one of the guys for sexual reasons, and the girl could not be found. Then we volunteered to take up on the case when we get to Maseru, and we took it to the police, and they did investigations, and the mother then came to us and told us that she's found her daughter, but she did not find her in Durban. She was found in Port Elizabeth.
Hay como un reconocimiento de que sí hay un tema de trata, pero todavía no está totalmente reconocido por la población, pero sí existe.
Trafficked children do not come forward unless they get into a situation from which they feel the need to be rescued and know who to contact. It's very difficult to know how serious the problem is. What we do know is, though, that children are trafficked in South Africa. In our harbour areas, we've come across a very specific form of trafficking where children are put on ships that do coastal runs up and down between Mozambique, Maputo, Beira, Durban, and then the lower South African ports. And then once the child has been exploited by whoever is on that ship, they're then offloaded again in Durban Harbour. We have 1 or 2 children who've come and talked to us about these experiences.
Problema social muy marcado en nuestro país y que cada día se incrementa más porque somos el caldo de cultivo para muchos traficantes de otros países del mundo.
It impacts us, I think, as a society. We have to protect those who can't protect themselves.